We are learning how to make homemade bread today with my mother-in-law. This is Matt's mom.
Crazy lady. All right, we start out with a half a stick of butter, real butter, good butter, and so it needs to be dissolved. And we put a 1/4 cup sugar and this is my tablespoon. Tablespoon of salt. Now I don't normally use kosher, but we are using kosher. This is what we have.
What do you normally use?
Just sea salt. Okay, iodized sea salt. All right, so it looks like this and it needs to be dissolved. So we're going to, and this recipe calls for 2 cups of water. So we're going to dissolve this with 1 cup of very hot water. And I normally use a stand mixer, which would sit and stir this until it's dissolved. Which it's only 3 loaves of bread in this recipe, and I normally make 6 loaves. So 3 loaves is a piece of cake. Super easy. Stir until this is dissolved. And you're going to use 4½ teaspoons of yeast, dry yeast. And in order to not kill the yeast, you're going to have to cool this down after this is dissolved.
I killed the yeast about 5 times a month ago. Took me 5 tries.
Yeah. So if it's too hot to the touch, it should be lukewarm to the touch. And yeah, you wash and make sure your hands are clean and just stick a finger in. Make sure it's not too hot, just lukewarm. And if you already have all your ingredients in and it's too hot, you walk away until it cools down before you put your yeast in, because it will kill your yeast. So now you want to get a cup of very cold water. You need 3/4 cup of evaporated milk. So after I put this very hot water in there, you will put room temperature 3/4 cup of evaporated milk, and whatever brand you like, but I don't use low fat.
Full fat.
You want that fat.
I agree.
All right, now, see, feel that. That's about how you want it right now. So, we don't want real cold water. We want this to be lukewarm, or that's gonna make it too cold.
Okay.
Really important to not get this too hot. It's a little warm, but that's okay, because it's going in with all the rest of it. All right, feel it now. This is perfect. Okay. Warm, but not hot. Okay, lukewarm.
So 4½.
4½. Make them good, helping. Yeah, there. 2. 3. 4. There you go. All right, now stir that. I don't know if you want to see it or not. Stir that until it dissolves, but then you're going to let it rest until it starts puffing up, and we'll show you how that looks. And then we will add the flour. This is all the ingredients up to the flour, and the flour is the only thing left. All right, so after about 10 minutes, you're gonna see that it looks kind of frothy, like it's working. It's multiplying in the bowl, and you'll know that your yeast is good. And we'll start adding the flour.
So how many cups?
Just start putting it in, and this is, I don't measure.
What about for us people who need exact measurements?
You can count them.
1 cup.
And do 2 cups and then start stirring it.
Heaping cups.
Knead it in there good so it breaks down. Break up those clumps. All right, keep adding some more.
2 more?
Sure. Teacher shouldn't be taking over.
The perfectionist.
Yeah, we'll just. That was 4.
Yeah.
One more, and then we should be able to dump her out. Work that in good. There. That's good. Now get that worked in good, and then we'll dump it. And you're going to prepare your counter, your cloth covered board. Some people, or the recipe books call for. We just flour our countertop nice and thick to dump this dough in.
Do you let it rise in the bowl first? Or?
After, no, it's gotta be dumped out in onto the, you have to get more flour into it. This is not enough.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Okay,
So put some flour.
we're gonna go over here. I normally take it by handfuls and make a nice round, pizza size round of flour. Then we're gonna take the dough in the bowl, scrape her down into the middle.
Hashtag scrape her down.
Scrape her down into the middle of this flour. You're going to get flour all over. Then you're going to start working it in with your fingers. Like this. Just spread your fingers out, start working it in. And meshing it down. And meshing it and rolling it. And mashing it down. And I'm supposed to be letting Mariah do this. Go ahead, Mariah. We don't work it in now that you have quite a bit in. Work it in. Don't add more flour until you keep working it in. But when it feels gooey, flip it over. See how you don't want your fingers to get too mushy, and you don't want big chunks of flour because it'll be hard spots in your dough. Now use the heel of your hand, flip it, and use the heel of your hand. And it's getting close because it's not so sticky anymore. You keep rolling it and it's just a little bit sticky. I think it's pretty close, Mariah. All right, see how it feels? See how it feels like that? All right, so there you're good. That's all the flour you need in it. What did we put? Did we put 5 cups?
5 cups in.
And then whatever flour is out there. So
we just coated it.
Probably another cup or 2 on your counter. You might need 7 cups altogether. All right, now you're gonna take another bowl, or this bowl. What my mother did when I was growing up, she would just use Crisco or lard, and she would oil up this pan that she had just used, just so that dough does not stick. Or what I do at home, I have another bowl that I oil up, and I just put it in that, and I wash this one.
We just have spray avocado oil. Spray it real good, right?
Yep, that looks good enough. Put your dough in, grab it up like a nice newborn baby. There, baby. All right, now you're going to, some people say to put like plastic wrap over it, and you need to put it in a warm place to double in size. I use a nice clean kitchen towel at home and just put it off to the side out of a draft. You don't want it anywhere where it's gonna be cool because you want that yeast to work. When it gets double, you're gonna punch her down until it loses all the air pockets, and then you're gonna let it rise again. So let it rest for now, about 20 to 30 minutes, just depending on how warm your house is. Okay, it took extra long today because it's very damp out and cool. But now it's been over doubled, so we're going to punch her down. Mariah's gonna punch her down. Oh, punch it down. Yeah, yeah, snap it. Boom, 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 come on. Keep punching all around. Yeah, punch her down. Gotta get all those air bubbles out. All right. There, now we gotta punch down. We're going to cover it back up and let it rise again. now that the dough is raised for the second time, double, here, go ahead and this dough, add it to this. Sorry.
So form it into a log.
Here, nope, here, just roll her into a nice log shape form. So
Perfect.
yeah, so what you want to do, this is enough for 3 loaves of bread, so you want to divide it in 3 equal parts.
But we're doing
Yep.
2 a little bigger. So.
Eyeball it, pinch it off, grab it, pinch it, yep, pinch it off. Might have to just put a little bit of flour on it. I put the 2 pieces I'm not working with. I just flop them back in the bowl until I'm ready. You can put them off to the side. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So you want to just get a little bit of flour on it. You don't want tons of flour. If you get too much flour on this while you're rolling it up, you're going to have a swirl in your bread, and it's going to be harder than the rest of your bread. So you're going to just take this and start rolling it. And I always tell my granddaughters when I've got them practicing, push down on it. Give it some, because you're going to get all these little bubbles out. And, flip it. And only use as much flour as you need to work it. Roll it all the way out. I normally do the corner of my cupboard so I can roll it farther. But get all those bubbles out. Let's see the bubbles at the end. Switch those down. Oops. All right. And you kind of usually Mariah, not back and forth one way, all the way back. So next time you might want to do the corner so you have more room to roll it. All right, now you want to take it, just start curling it up. Just really scrunch it with your fingers. Scrunch it and roll it in, because you're gonna get it, pull it towards you. Just tuck it in real tight. Because while you're doing this, you're getting the bubbles out. See, there's a bubble there. And you want the seam side down when you put it in the pan. And truly, if this does not feel good to you, take and roll it back out and do it again. It won't hurt it, unless you do it 3 or 4 times. Then you might have really heavy bread. But the pans were greased already, oiled. So you're just gonna lay them in there so they're nice and pretty. I get mine in there situated and put that off to the side. When we get all of them done and in pans, then you're gonna cover those with a towel again and let them rise. Go ahead and do all this. All right, so get it good and see if it needs just a little powder. All right, and then push nice and hard. Push it down nice and hard. Keep rolling it all over the pan and flip it several times, because you're going to make semi-rectangular oval shape, more even. I mean, you don't want to overwork your bread and make it tough. Try to roll this till it gets a rectangular shape. It definitely works better when you have a bigger spot. Now start rolling it, tuck it in the roll. Pinch your. You don't want it too long for your pan. Really gotta push her down and squeeze it out. All right, so see how this is not really tucked in good? Let's rerun.
You see how Mariah did that wrong?
I'm not saying it's wrong. It's just let's we don't want to end up having a completely misshapen loaf of bread.
So this is for
This
the
is,
shape of the bread.
you want to take all your anxieties and stress of the day out here. Seriously,
Okay, I think I am too.
all the things you're frustrated about.
Husband.
Okay, now roll and squeeze. Push down as you're doing it. Look, and then tucking those ends. Make sure all the bubbles are out. Seam side down. All right, those 2 loaves are ready. This last loaf of bread, we're gonna make homemade just some cinnamon rolls.
And I'm eating one tonight.
And just roll it. And we want to get this a little bit thinner. And try, which I'm not doing very good at right now, to get it on the uniform side. All right, we need the soft butter. You have cinnamon. Yes. Okay. Mariah's never done this, so we're gonna do the little tutorial. Let Mariah do it.
Liberally.
Well, like you're doing toast and you want plenty of, here, I'll get you started. It's better if your butter is really soft, but yeah, give it a good amount of butter all the way. And you're gonna do the whole surface, the top of this the same way. Get it a nice coating. We need sugar too.
It's above you.
Okay, I'll let you do that and I'll get the sugar. And I have a sugar shaker at home.
Oh, that's
Just kind of good. It doesn't have to be perfect, honey. Just, that's looking good. Okay. Do you want raisins?
no.
Matthew's dad likes raisins in his. So I bought raisins. Maybe we can put raisins on one corner.
Mm-hmm.
All right, cinnamon, the whole thing. Get them on cinnamon.
You don't have to tell me twice.
All right. Now, like I said, I have a sugar shaker, but we're going to sugar. Don't go crazy, people. Cinnamon's good for you, but the sugar is not. Okay. Now, we're gonna make this into a log. So we're going to just put raisins in one little bit because Mike likes cinnamon rolls with raisins. And when Mike's happy, everybody's happy. All right, so now we're gonna roll it. You're gonna take it just like you did the bread, but a little more gently. So roller.
So actually how I did the bread.
Yeah, roller without beating it down. Roll it all the way. Tuck those things in. And tuck the ends in. Now, Mariah, you're gonna cut these with a sharp knife. So we sprayed the glass pan with some cooking spray, and we're going to just slice these. So press down and slide like this. All right, and so there, like, and put that side seam down. And just cut down. And they have the swirl. Go ahead, Mariah, and finish cutting them. And you will let these raise too before we bake them. So we need a little space in between. Not make them a little bit. Let's see,
Bigger?
we need 4, 5 more. Can you do 5 out of that? Okay. It doesn't matter that much. It's not that crucial. Don't get excited. Because as they rise and bake, they will fill in the gaps. And we're going to put icing on these, some good vanilla butter frosting, and the frosting will drizzle down. 2 more, that'll be good, then make 8. And this is not a science, so it's not huge. So we're gonna cover these, just like we're gonna cover the bread, and let them raise, and we'll bake these for about 20-25 minutes. The bread will bake for half an hour at 350. After it raises, it's not going to be nice big loaves too. And that's it. After 25 minutes, 26 minutes, bread looks done.
Atlas approved.
Nice and brown on the bottom. Tap a little bit, sounds hollow. Your bread is done.
It's so perfect.
Take it out and put it on a cooling rack to cool. The cinnamon rolls were done at 25 minutes. A glass baking dish at 350, nice and browned. We'll let them cool a little bit and then put this butter vanilla frosting on them. Let that run down the sides. And that's all there is to it. My mom used to butter the top of the bread when it was still warm and let that butter run on there, and it has a nice soft crust. Look at that. Woo woo!